Good evening and welcome to the Gulf Coast Sports Network. We're coming to you live tonight from the Shark Tank in Brooksville, Florida for a major rivalry game as the Hernando Leopards and the Nature Coast Sharks square off in tonight's contest. It's going to be a wet one. It's going to be a wild one. I'm Will Wilkie, and I'll be your guide for the pregame show tonight. Be sure to stick with us at halftime as well. We'll broadcast our senior spotlight interviews for tonight's game, where we feature defensive lineman Devin Williams and Nature Coast tight end Brady Nowlan. These two very talented seniors will be a big part of the game tonight, but at halftime we get to learn a little bit more about how they got here. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. Obviously, we have a weather delay to start the game this evening, so we're looking at an 8 o'clock kickoff time. We're going to take a quick break and come back with our coaches' keys to the game. We'll be back right after this. You're watching the Gulf Coast Sports Network.
Navy SEAL veteran and endurance athlete Don Mann pushed his body to the limit and tried regenerative medicine when all other options failed.
It's unbelievable. I just assumed I was going to be in pain forever. And I've been in pain since the 80s. Now I'm running and riding a bicycle faster than I have in 7 years. Even my vision is better. I'm 100% pain-free right now. And I don't take any medications.
Call Aligned Integrative Medicine for exam and x-rays to see if you qualify for regenerative treatment.
Again, thank you for joining us here on the Gulf Coast Sports Network here tonight. We're a registered nonprofit media company. We provide all of our content free to the community as part of our mission. Please consider subscribing to our channel. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at GCSN Broadcast. It does help us out a lot. It also helps bring these wonderful athletes and coaches to a wider audience. You know, whenever Hernando and Nature Coast play each other, it's always big news in the world of high school sports. But entering this season, there's been another change at the helm for Hernando. Head coach John Scargill takes over the Leopard program this year. And both he and Nature Coast head coach Corey Johns were kind enough to sit down with us to discuss the change at Hernando and the keys to tonight's ball game.
Having some experience as a head coach and creating a culture at Hernando High School is one of my top priorities. I want to make sure that we're disciplined, well organized, we have great sportsmanship, and play really tough, exciting football. We're going to be, pinning our ears back, coming after people. We're going to be rocking people on offense, on defense, and I really want the kids to have a lot of fun and enjoy the success that they're going to have. The interactions that I had with the players when I first arrived on campus were in the weight room. I noticed that a lot of them were part of the weightlifting team or the wrestling team, and there was great focus in the weight room. Everybody was very focused on their workout, making sure they completed their workout, which I liked, and very great manners, very polite, coming up and introducing themselves to me one at a time in between their sets. And I was very impressed with the level of respect, so to speak, from the players for a brand new coach. Well, we're looking forward to this game today against Nature's Coast. I don't have a lot of history playing against Coach Johns. I did play him in the spring game one time when I was the head coach at Palm Harbor, so I know he's a real good coach. He always has good, solid players. One of the keys, I think, to winning this game today is on offense, we've got to move the chains and keep the ball away from their offense. Play a little keep away, work the clock. On defense, we've definitely got to stop the run. They've got a really good running back, and that's going to be our key, is to stopping the run, making them put the ball in the air.
Really excited about being able to play Hernando at home and see what kind of crowd we can generate, what kind of excitement we can generate. And really, it's a springboard for the season. It's really our first regular season game. We had Citrus in the Classic. We had a bye week, and now we have Hernando. So really, it could be a springboard for the season if we can get out there and cut out preventable errors and protect the football, not turn the football over is really the biggest thing.
We'd like to thank head coach John Scargill and head coach Corey Johns for sitting down with the Gulf Coast Sports Network. We're getting ready to get things underway here in the Shark Tank. So let's take it up to the booth for Derek Smith and Dave Barrett. Take it away, boys.
Derek, here we are. Friday night football in Hernando County.
Yeah, Dave, we have a great matchup tonight. One of our best games from last season, which saw Hernando come from behind and win the game in the final moments.
I got to believe Nature Coast remembers that game pretty well, and Coach Johns is excited to have Hernando here tonight at the Shark Tank.
Yeah, you know he is. Home field advantage is always good to have on your side in these county rivalry games. Nature Coast will be kicking off their season tonight after a week 1 bye, and Hernando will be looking to improve on last week's efforts versus a strong Hudson squad that blanked the Leopards 26-0.
Hernando has a strong defense led by big man Devin Williams, who had 13 tackles and 3 sacks just last week. Unfortunately for the Leopards, they had 3 costly fumbles on offense, which ruined some key drives, especially there in the second half.
Hernando's defense will have their hands full tonight with Nature Coast running attack. Christian Cromer, the talented junior, averaged more than 160 yards per game last season, and Coach Johns has no problem handing him the ball 20 times tonight.
Well, Derek, he is 6 foot, 235 pounds.
Yeah, it makes his decision a little easier, for sure. Making his first high school start at quarterback for the Sharks is sophomore Jackson Hoyt. He is a standout baseball player and already committed to the University of Florida.
You know, I'm very excited to see how Nature Coast complements their running attack with Hoyt, who has several speedsters at wide receiver like Alan Ho, Jaden Skipper, and Chris Samuels.
Yeah, the Hernando defensive back, Manny Akers, who sealed last season's game with an interception in the final minute of play, will need to be ready for more of those 50-50 balls tonight.
Coach Gargle wants to get Nature Coast out of their comfort zone. He wants to force them to throw the ball and keep it out of Cromer's hands. Devin Williams and Weston Finnemore lead the Leopards with pressure on the quarterback, and will need a strong pass rush to force Nature Coast into trouble on those passing downs.
Yeah, Coach John's focus tonight is to limit the penalties, play smart football, and especially with 0 turnovers.
Well, both coaches have their plans. Now it's time to line up the teams and get after it. Derek, tonight we have 2 special seniors for our senior spotlight during halftime. 2 fellas that will likely play football at the next level. 2 fellas that love everything about football: the weight room, the practice, the fight, and the game.
Yeah, these 2 very special players, and they were fun to meet too. Both come from great families who support these young men 100%. Make sure you tune into our halftime segment and hear about these 2 young men's journeys. So we will hand it off to the PA announcer for the duration of the Star Spangled Banner. There we go. I believe coins have been flipped. Sides have been chosen. Neon night here for opening night, Nature Coast. You see some of the players are adorned with some neon highlights. So
yeah, they decided to partake in it. We got the student body all in neon colors over here on the Nature Coast sidelines. Looks like we got a couple captains in the middle. Number 13, Brady Nowlan. Number 23, Alan Ho. And number 50, Gabriel Rios for the Sharks.
Yeah, it looks like on the Hernando side you got number 7, James Delmont. Number, is that 98?
Number 99, Devin Williams.
Yeah,
the
for
big
sure.
fella.
Big fella.
It looks like number 20 is out there.
Yeah,
they're going to call him in, yeah.
Other side of the field makes it hard to see, at least from our vantage point here. But I'm excited to get this game kicked off. Last year's game was an absolute thriller, GCSM classic, if you will.
Yeah, I was watching it earlier today, and it was just crazy to watch. That game came down. Nature Coast led the whole game until 35 seconds to go in the game when a costly penalty came in and turned into a Hernando touchdown, and
clock gets to 0 and you run out of time, and that's what it is. So finding ways to win. That's the kind of thing these coaches are trying to preach to these young men.
Well, and Nature Coast has week 1 bye, so they are trying their best to kick this season off on the right foot.
Yeah, we have been battling some weather here. Start of the game got pushed back 30 minutes. So it was supposed to go off at 7:30, and it got pushed to 8, and it looks like it's going to be pretty close to that. We're 7:57 now, official time. But we will have our field camera available once we know the weather has fully passed. We'll be sure to get you shots from the field. We love to bring those to you. Our sideline reporters and cameramen really do a phenomenal job down there, battling the elements and the odds, if you will, to get you the shots that we get you.
It looks like Hernando wants the ball. I see that Devin has said, I want to receive the ball. So they will be taking the ball. Nature Coast will be going on defense to kick this season off for them and this night off for us.
Yeah, I'm excited to get this thing going.
We just think if you're Nature Coast, it's week 1 for you. You've already delayed the season a week, and then you get here and you get a 30-minute rain delay. So these guys are got to be itching to hit somebody other than someone in blue.
They are getting antsy, to say the least.
I love rivalry games. I love Hernando County football. This should be exciting. Here they come.
The Sharks and cheerleaders take their spot on the home sideline.
There's a lot of talent on this field. We already mentioned Devin Williams with a possible D1 guy, Brady Nowlan, a possible D1 guy, Christian Cromer, the junior, who's already been offered by Army to go play at the next level. We know Alan Ho has a lot of talent. I can't wait to see these athletes perform tonight.
Go against each other. Looking forward to it.
I'm ready for the kickoff.
So 26 Nature Coast lining up to kick. Don't have a 26 on my roster, unfortunately.
I believe that's number 20, Caden Melliker.
Oh, that is a 0, not a 6. You're right.
Yeah. With the short lineup, the short approach, that doesn't usually mean a deep kick at all. Inside the 20.
Fielded at the 20, takes it to the 25, gets pushed out of bounds right before the 30, about the 29.
Kason Williamson on the catch. That's the backup quarterback, I believe, as a return man.
So first time this season seeing the Hernando offense. Two wide receivers up top.
Looks like John Capel's going to line up under center for the Leopards.
Three behind him. Handoff goes to the right side, number 10.
Strong first down.
Yeah.
Carry.
Looks like you got about 5 on that.
Yeah, and you called it. 3 guys in the backfield, which is a primary running formation. Brady Nowlan hustling off on the sideline real quick. Look like he's fixing his helmet.
One wide receiver up top. And we got a flag on the play. Probably end up being an offsides call here.
All right.
Goes against Nature Coast.
It should be enough for a first down for the Leopards.
Chain gang on the move. Leopards right at the 40-yard line. Fresh set of downs. Looks like we're going to stay in the same formation. One wide receiver up top, everybody else in tight. Goes to the right, number 10 again. Wrapped up in the backfield, and he goes down for a loss of 3.
Yeah, that looked like Christian Cromer coming in early at, about a yard and a half behind the line of scrimmage to make first contact. Had a couple friends help him off.
That was a good job of gang tackling there, getting to the ball by the Sharks. So 2nd and 11, 2nd and 12 officially.
They're going to stay in the running formation. Oh, looks like they actually backed him up in the gun.
Yeah, he's in the gun here.
Some late substitution on the Nature Coast defense.
And there's the ball over everybody's head. Ball's loose on the ground. It does get picked up by the Leopards at the 30-yard line. So that'll make it 3rd and 20.
That first series, they marched the ball down with some good runs, and then they go to the shotgun and get one bad snap, and now it makes it really challenging to complete a 3rd and 20.
Yeah, that tackle for a loss, and then compounded by the snap over the head in the shotgun. Really puts them in a tough spot here. 3rd and 19 officially.
They did sub out 3 large fellas for 3 quick fellas, so they might be throwing this one.
See if they go to the air here. No back set. 2 to the left, 1 up high. Goes up high, does find a receiver, makes one man miss, but brought to the ground well short of the initial first down marker. So it brings up 4th.
Yeah, that was just a quick screen. Quick screen right here, right off the line of scrimmage.
Looks to the right. Nobody
Nowlan
there to block him.
Brady Nowlan and Carlos Rodriguez on that tackle. All right, so we're in a punting formation.
Brings up 4th. Nature Coast has a man back right around the 40. This could result in good field position for Nature Coast. Kind of a low punt, but takes a Hernando roll. And he's going to let it go, and it is down at the 22.
Yeah, Carlos Rodriguez, he had to make a decision. Pick it up and see what I can get, or just let our offense have the ball on the 21-yard line. I think Carlos made the right play.
Yeah, I agree. Let that ball roll all the way back.
Yeah, let's see what Mr. Hoyt and Mr. Cromer and this new line can do for the offense, and see how this defense for Hernando looks.
Looks like they're going to test him in the air early. We have Cromer now motioning into the backfield. And quarterback keeper, he goes to the right side. Nothing going. It's a big hit.
That was a big hit. That was a big hit. Number 77 getting in there. You know, 77 looks a lot like number 99, Devin White.
Yeah.
Or Devin Williams.
Williams, yeah, I think that's who was in there.
I think he might have switched his jersey because he was 99 at the coin flip.
All right, we have 2 back. Under center is Hoyt. Toss out to the left. Not much going either.
That's Alan Ho on the carry, the speedster.
That Leopard defense not giving up anything here.
Yeah, they're keeping everything at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 12. These Sharks are looking at. Want to try to get another first down.
Leopard defense subbed about 3 players off on that.
In the shotgun, Quick snap. Cromer has it. Head down. Full of steam. Makes
be
one man
short.
miss. He is short of the first down.
That was a good 9.5-yard run.
Let's take a look at the recovery room instant replay.
Yeah, he had some blockers.
Got into the second level.
Yeah, but did you see how low that defensive tackler was? He got in there super low where you can't stop him. That's how you do it.
Yeah, it was number 4, Leandre Wright, the junior, coming in from free safety. Take out the big man, direct snap, and he does have enough for the first down and more.
Coach Johns goes for it in his own area on 4th and 4 to give it to Cromer with a direct snap and the big first down.
So they are able to move the chains. And it looks like we're going to have a official timeout. It would appear a water break official timeout. It's going to be interesting to see if Hernando sells out to stop the run. I mean, Cromer has gotten the ball twice and gotten really positive yards, gotten into the second level at least on that defense. If they sell out and,
He's the only one who has gotten positive yards. The other 2 ball carriers did not get positive yards. And I'm sure Coach Johns is going to try to make sure those other guys have the same opportunity. But it looks like Cromer's back deep again. It looks like he's going to be the quarterback. A little wildcat action. I believe they call this the bulldozer.
And he does take the direct snap, goes right up the middle, and he's able to collect 3 or 4.
That formation, they're loaded with blockers on that formation. The quarterback isn't normally accounted for on defense, so he actually helps the number game for the offense. Now, he did get about 5 yards on that run, which now it's second and
6.
Yeah.
2nd and 6 officially. Hoyt back in under center. Cromer behind him. And Cromer gets it again, goes to the left, stood up. Second effort, gets it pretty close to that first down, but it looks like he's going to be about a yard short.
That's 4 carries in a row for Cromer. We talked about Coach Johns giving it to him 20 times tonight.
May end up being more than that.
Yeah.
Keeps up this pace.
No, they gave him the first. Awesome. First down. Hernando's defense is at the point of attack. They're tackling low like they're supposed to.
The offensive line is getting good
Now
penetration.
Got a quad set here. See if
Empty
it's a screen.
backfield. He is going to try to throw the ball. He does go deep. He has a receiver, number 1, Falkland, and he will make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Sharks.
Evan Falkingham on the long touchdown pass from Jackson Hoyt. Check it out, the recovery room, instant replays. He just waits for it.
Blown coverage by the Leopards. No time to react to it. And into the end zone goes the senior.
Evan Falkingham was a cross-country runner the last 3 years, and he's always been a standout football player. And he finally came out for his senior season, and here he is catching a touchdown on the opening drive of his senior season. Awesome story.
Made a good choice. Came over here to football, already paying off for him and the Sharks. Take a 6-0 lead. And PAT up and good.
When we looked back at that play, that was a screen, and Hernando zoomed in and tuck away the screen, and he flopped the ball up deep, which is a great read by the quarterback.
Great read. Yeah, he was looking for Cromer out on that screen.
Mm-hmm.
And the Leopards read that early, shut it down, and as a result, Falkingham just standing out there waiting for a coffee. Here's a football.
Well, last year when they were in the quad set, they primarily hit the screen, so Hernando was ready for it. This time, Nature Coast had a alternative play.
And on first down, too.
Lined up shallow again. Let's see if it's another high kick. Yep. Wants him to catch it.
Fielded at the 30.
Uh-oh.
Breaks a tackle.
Oh, boy.
And he's off. Makes one-man miss. Finally brought down by the kicker, number 20, Caden Meckler. That was number 10, Gabe Sansone, senior, on the return. Here's the recovery room instant replay.
Yeah, he catches it on the run, keeps his feet running, find a little lane.
Really good return. Great field position from the 41 of Nature Coast is where they're going to start. 1st and 10, 5 minutes left in the first quarter. 7-0's your score.
Now you got the battle within the game, you know. Hernando wants to score, erase that touchdown they just gave up, where the Sharks are trying to get the ball back and just pile it on early.
They got that first down on their initial drive and then were pretty stymied at that point. There's some movement up front there.
Right guard, 54, jumped off sides, left a little early. That's Jesse Harmon with the 5-yard penalty. It looked like we have a quarterback switch. That did not look like Mr. Capel lined up under center. Yeah, that's Kaysen Williamson lined up under center. Oh.
Misses the ball, though.
Hit him in the hands. It just came back with a little speed. Looks like it was just a quarterback-designed run.
Yeah, he lost the grip there.
Well, the fields are wet. That means the ball's wet.
Be 2nd and 15 here.
Well,
let's see. Yeah, it looks like Williamson in.
Well, they brought Capel back in.
All right, Williamson lining up in the slot now. They had 3 receivers up top, 1 down low. Ball is going to be put in the air. No, it's not. He takes it himself. Gets a couple of yards after an initial hit. I'll bring up 3rd and long still, though, for the Leopards.
You know, Capel did a really nice job of saving that snap. He had one hand that held on to it, rolled out, kept his eyes down the field, but it looked like it was probably a designed run from the go.
Yeah, he did have some running room there. You have to imagine if he didn't have to try to grip that high snap. Here he is again in the shotgun. And he does step back to pass. Ball in the air, caught over the middle and hit very hard, but held on to. That was number 11, Kaysen Williamson, hit by Jaden Skipper. Here's that replay.
Yeah, Skipper came in, made sure he wasn't early, which you can appreciate if you're a defensive fella. But
here it is again.
There it is. Good job on the tackle. Good catch by number 11. It's 4th down and about 4.
That was a good pass by Capel, too. Found the open receiver, got him a ball that he could catch. 4th and 4.
They got the running formation in now.
Yeah, 1 high, 3 backs behind him. Does hand it off. Number 10 breaks a tackle. It looks like he's going to have enough for the first, but there is a flag.
Let's see if it's holding or face mask. It's going to matter.
That was number 10, Gabe Sansone again with that run.
Officials are meeting. All right, it's going to be against Nature Coast, which is going to give the Leopards the first that they needed. Continuing their drive.
It's like unsportsmanlike. It's a big 15-yard penalty.
First down, Hernando.
Ball's going to be right at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Leopards.
Hernando stays with their running formation. They got their big 77, Devin Williams, in the backfield.
Everybody lined up to the right of the quarterback. He takes it himself and breaks a couple tackles, gets out into the open field. It's a run of about 13 for number 11, Kason Williamson again. Looks like they are switching back and forth.
Yeah, he could have been tackled twice, but he kept his feet moving, picked up an extra 5 yards. So Hernando's going to stay in the running formation. They have some big bodies in there to lead. And Hernando's going to, or Nature Coast's going to call a timeout and get their defense set up for this goal line opportunity here.
All right, we're going to take a commercial. We'll be right back after this.
I was fortunate enough to be able to work with Divinity on a custom skincare regimen the year leading up to my wedding. It included a series of in-office treatments, microneedling, PRP, hydrofacials, and an at-home skincare regimen. So I had no worries the day of my wedding. My skin was perfect.
All right, we're back. 1st and 10. Oh.
Gets it to the big man, but he is stopped instantly.
You know, that was like a little reverse. You know, a little more like a counter.
I think that was Devin Williams on the carry.
Devin, that was Devin Williams on the carry.
Took about 4 Sharks to bring him down finally.
He's 6 foot 292. He is a strong, big, fast fella.
Athlete.
It's going to take a lot of people to bring him down.
And now the rain has subsided. We do have our field camera, as you can see, available for you. Get these great shots up close to the field. So Capel lines up under center. 2 behind him. Fakes a handoff. Getting chased slightly. Rolls right, and he is flushed out and finally brought down by a den of Sharks.
Yeah, Chase Murray was one of the first Sharks there. He lined up right over the center and got a good shot on Capel there. You watch Christian Cromer lining up at defensive end. You know he's playing offense. He's playing defense. You got to pay attention to see how he's got his hands on his hips already, breathing big. He's a good player. Needs to be on the field.
So we got a empty backfield. No, we have one back next to him, and he's looking to throw it. Does put the ball in the air, and nobody home.
Yeah, that was great coverage on the secondary for the Sharks.
Yeah, he was looking for Kason Pyramento, Capel on the incompletion.
Yeah, Carlos Mendez had him in his pocket, so he throwing it high and away was probably the best thing that Capel could have done there. You can't afford a turnover in the end zone. Cromer's running off the field, going to take a break here.
And everybody bunched in here. We got a field goal attempt.
That's a good sized field goal.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be from about the 28. Going to kick it from. And ball is up. It has enough leg, and it is good.
Wow.
Leopards
Great.
on the board, 3-0.
3-7. 3-7.
3-7, sorry.
Yeah. Squeaked that one in. That was a nice high kick. Dropped it back right in. Kudos to Coach Strugel, who knew his field goal was going to be good.
Knowing the leg of the kicker. So after that score, we got 1:02 left in the first quarter. Sharks will be back to receive. First time this game.
Yes. First time to receive.
Number 5, Jesse Folks Jr. kick it off after nailing that 38-yard field goal. And toe to leather. And it is a poocher.
That's a live ball.
And it is picked up down the far sideline by Nature Coast, and he steps out of bounds.
That's Carlos Mendez again with the heads-up play, but that ball was live. And the Leopards had a shot at it.
Yeah.
But Carlos picks that ball up, toes the line, and advances the ball. Great kick, though. I mean, that's why you kick it. You kick it high and short so your team has a chance at an onside. It's just a fancy onside.
Yeah, it was well executed, and they nearly had that ball, too.
It doesn't look like they're going to give him the yards. He must have stepped out right away. But regardless, they are near midfield with the first down.
45-yard line.
Falkingham at the top of your screen.
Hoyt under center. Oh, everybody moves into the shotgun. Empty backfield. And he's going to go to the air. Screenplay caught by number 1, Falkingham again.
It's his second catch on the night.
And let's take a look at this again. You know, design play, gets the ball, looks out wide.
Good block. Great pursuit by the backside linebacker, number 38 for the Leopards.
And they line up near side, handoff to Cromer. He finds a crease, gets through, and positive yards. That will move the chains for the Sharks as a workhorse. Cromer, which we kind of expected we were going to see, just puts his head down and goes to work.
Always falling forward, always driving his knees, always finishing the run, always getting positive yards. That's why it's easy to give him the ball.
And his offensive line is doing a great job making space for him to run through, too. He does not need much, and they are giving him plenty. So we got a first down, 42-yard line. Direct snap to Cromer. He does take it, bounces it out wide, makes a couple miss, and drags some more. Takes the whole defensive team to finally drag him down, but it is good enough for a Shark first down. Let's take another look at this run.
What you're going to see here is that quick lateral movement, and he gets north and south right away. That's how you rack up 160 yards a game. Get north and south. If you got to move left or right, make it quick, put that foot in the ground, and accelerate, and that's what Cromer's been doing.
All right, that's the end of the quarter. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this on the Gulf Coast Sports Network.
Certainly, I'm an avid golfer. Been, golf usually weekly. Play a lot with my wife.
With the repetitive motion, as you know, with a lot of golfers, it's an unnatural motion that you put your body through.
After suffering for years with shoulder pain, Mike chose stem cell therapy as an alternative to surgery.
I'm just excited because patients that have been in pain for years that are now doing the things that they want to do. And Mike's just going to be adding to that list.
Call Aligned Integrative Medicine for exam and x-rays to see if you qualify for stem cell treatment.
My name is Tom Roselli. I served in the U.S. Navy 65 to 69. Through all the turmoil and stress battling with the VA, I've come to learn that certain organizations have their hands tied and can only proceed so far, whereas Attorney Chris Chambers has the experience and the ability to dig into the files.
And we're back.
1st and 10. Hoyt goes back, throws it. Nice ball, number 7. Great defense.
That was a great ball by Hoyt.
Manuel Eckler.
Manny Acker? Yeah, Manny, he was the guy who intercepted us intercepted the game last season to seal the game, but that was Chris Samuels on the pass.
Fighting for that ball. That was a nice ball there by Hoyt.
Gotta love Coach John's taking a shot here.
They've got 2 behind Hoyt, under center. Hands it to the running back number.
That's Mr.
33.
Ho. Alan Ho. That was Alan Ho.
Alan Ho.
Yeah. I want to call him like Thunder and Lightning.
23.
Because
we know who Thunder is.
You know who Thunder is, and Lightning's going to be Alan Ho. Oh, we got 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. Cromer lines up, and he gets the ball inside, gets enough for the first down, and trucks himself to the 15-yard line. Just positive yards by that young man every time he touches the ball.
He's such a violent runner, which is what you want. He runs behind his pads. He finishes the run, and he got a little push by his offensive lineman there to make sure he's getting that first down.
So first down, we have 2 receivers, both sides, screen pass. That was Ho again on the screen. Couple yards, it'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, but check out the sophomore, first debut quarterback. He's already thrown for a touchdown. He had another one knocked away just there, but he's making the quick one-step throws. He's making the 3-step drops. He's handing the ball off to the right running back.
And fakes. Hands off inside to Cromer. He can sniff the end zone, and he will get down to the 4-yard line.
That's going to set up a 1st and goal, I believe.
1st and goal for the Sharks.
And they are wasting no time.
No, they have the personnel on the field they like, and there was going to be a direct snap to Cromer, and
they had to call a timeout, Hernando timeout, because they didn't have enough. Well, they had too many guys on. They had a sub. Coach Johns is going. He's been using a lot of motion, a lot of sets. He's going back and forth with his quarterbacks, and he is rushing this ball. Coach Johns is tossing it. He's not afraid to go deep. He's very aggressive tonight, and it might lead to another touchdown drive.
Yeah, if they could go back-to-back touchdown drives, they would really like to see this, especially the way their defense played the last series against Hernando's offense.
I went through the VFW, I went through the American Legion, and I felt
so
they
I'd be
couldn't
surprised
help.
if they don't do anything other than hand the ball to Cromer here.
He got right to work on it, and I'd say within a year, I had 100% disability.
And we're back live. 1st and goal, Nature Coast.
Notice all the linemen turned around and looked at Coach John. He's signaling in the play.
Gets the direct snap, goes to the right, runs through everybody. He will get to the end zone. Touchdown Cromer. Touchdown Sharks. So 13-3 as we await the PAT.
You know, it looked like he had 3 guys that were going to, go for him. And he faded it out to the sideline where there was no traffic whatsoever.
Nicely schemed play by Coach John and the Sharks. Get the big man free on the outside. Maybe have 1 or 2 men to try to shake, but in such low yardage situation like the goal line. Head down, run through him. And there goes the PAT. Plenty of leg.
We got
14-3.
We got 2 guys that can kick in this game.
That we do. Number 20, Caden Meckler, senior kicker for Nature Coast. Plenty of leg on those PATs.
Plenty of leg.
And he's been able to just get the ball high enough in the air, really limit returns. That seems to be their strategy, kickoff strategy here against the Leopards, is get the ball high, not too deep.
Well, he is taking a further approach. Let's see. He's coming back now, but all right. So he's not too far back now. So it's probably going to be more of a shallow kick. Little squibber, live ball, quick cover. Hernando's got great field position here, and they need to respond. And I'm sure coach is going to hope for a touchdown instead of a field goal, but points are points.
Yeah, that was Yankel Cabrera looking like a shortstop out there on the kickoff. Knocked that ball down, covered it up, gave his team very good field position at the 46-yard line. 1st and 10, trying to get in the Nature Coast half, trying to chip away at this lead.
Well, Coach Gargle said he wanted to maintain ball control. He wanted to hold on to the ball. So he's going to need to put a drive here.
Under center. Gets the ball. Hands it off to Sansone again. Flags fly in the air. Nothing much going. Basically got back to the line of scrimmage again.
It looked like the flag came on each side of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I saw 2 fly as well.
Yeah. So it's either obvious or two infractions. But the Nature Coast defense is talking to their head coach to make sure they want to back them up, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. A little false start.
So obvious. That explains the 2 flags from both sides.
They did bring Capel back in this series. It looks like he's going to line up in the shotgun.
The back lined up next to him, rolls to his right, and looks like he is going to be brought down and sacked.
That's Brady Nowlan on the sack. Senior spotlight fella, Brady Nowlan.
Coming in from that linebacker position.
Last year he had 4 sacks. Tonight he already has 1.
It's already a quarter of the way yet there. First half of the first game.
Capel's a good-sized quarterback. He's 6 foot, 200 pounds.
Yeah, and he moves pretty well out there too. And he in the shotgun again, going back, rolling to his left this time.
Deep
Turns,
throw.
throws, looking for his receiver.
Oh.
Number 4 would have been Leandre Wright.
Yeah, that was. You're going to see this ball just short, and you're going to see the wide receiver turn into a defensive player here as he goes to kind of knock that ball down. I'm not sure if that was Falkingham playing corner or not, but he had a good chance at that ball, and it looks like there is a penalty there. I see a penalty at the line of scrimmage. The Whiteheads organizing it. They are going to back up Hernando even further.
Like a holding call on Hernando. So this is going to make it third and laughable, unfortunately, for the Leopards. I mean, what are we talking about? 22. Second and 22. My apologies. So to the air again. Go the Leopards.
Another hold.
And this ball is thrown nicely over the head of Sansone.
Yeah, that's another hold on the offensive line there.
So they're just holding on for dear life here. The Sharks, knowing they're in a passing mode, are just bringing the house right now.
But they did get, number 11, Kason Williamson, did get behind all the DBs there for the Sharks. And if you're Coach Johns on the sideline, you got to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, a better thrown ball without a penalty. And
it's a
momentum
10-14 ball game. Yeah.
Momentum shifts quickly. So we have a lot going on in the backfield here. 2 backs, one next to him, one behind him. Ball gets handed off inside, gets through the first level. Good run, about a 13-yard run by Gabe Sansone. Ball carrier, that'll bring up a 3rd down and 36. 3rd and 36.
They got 3 backs behind the quarterback again, which usually means it's a running formation.
And they do. Sansone again. Left side, nothing going. Shut down.
I'm going to guess a punt should be coming our way.
I would expect that, but there is a flag again. A little laundry on the field here.
They're going to decline it. They want to keep the 4th down, and let's just give me the ball back, the Sharks say.
Yeah, not a bad idea. It's not really going to change anything what the Leopards were going to try to do.
See if Carlos is going to pick this ball up and return it. Carlos Mendez. Looks like they put it. Carlos Rodriguez. Sorry, Carlos Rodriguez back there.
Kind of a low punt.
Uh-oh.
It gets past him.
He might have touched it.
Looks like that's Sansone.
He might have touched it.
Going to take it to the house.
Well, they're marking it down at the 39. I'm not sure if they're saying if Carlos touched the ball or not. They're saying Carlos missed the ball completely, and it was picked up by the Leopards down at the 39-yard line is what they're saying.
Shark ball, 39-yard line.
Now, if Carlos touched that ball, that would have been a touchdown.
Yeah.
And they're ruling it as a failed attempt to touch the ball. Do we have that on replay? We don't. Okay. So we are going to take the referee's word for that. And it is a 1st down for the Sharks.
Really dodged a bullet there, didn't they?
Well, my interpretation was it could have been touched, and that would be a 14-10 ball game, barring the extra point. But the referees do have a better vantage point, and that's what they're trained to do. So we're going to call them right.
Ho gets the carry, 1st down to the left side. Squirts his way down for about 3 or 4. So positive yards again for the Sharks on 1st down.
We're under 8 minutes to go in the first half.
2nd and 7. 2 wide receivers down low. Ho again. And he makes a few miss, and he is off to the races. Down to the 30, 20, and touchdown, Sharks.
That's a 60-yarder.
Once he got past that first level, made a couple people miss, and it was off to the races. Take a look at the recovery room instant replay on that.
You're going to see him go one way, shuffle his feet, and when he cuts it back, watch the acceleration right here. That's the acceleration, and you know, most coaches are going to want him to switch that ball to the other arm so he can use that hand for a stiff arm. But with that speed,
nobody's going to catch him. And PAT is good.
So we got a 21-3 ball game, and it could have just been 14-10, barring that play. But Nature Coast got the ball back and made it count.
Game of inches, right, Dave?
That's absolutely, yeah, that's what they call it, game of inches.
5 years, I haven't ran because I just believed that my body was on the decline, that the pain that I was experiencing was not tolerable enough for me to go out and run. And the day that he adjusted me, I felt that relief, and I felt like I could actually put on my cleats again.
All right, so now Nature Coast going to be kicking it off again. They've elected to kick it short pretty much each time. They had one nice high one that carried to the 20-yard line, but they aren't giving the return man any opportunities here. But number 20 is way back this time. That running start typically means he's going to kick it high and far, and the returners are ready for that. And he does.
That ball is going to end up being a touchback out of the back of the end zone.
And that looked like he kicked it 3/4 away. I mean, that was an easy kick for number 20, Caden Melliker. That was a good kick.
Yeah. Not high. Coach told him just get it out of the back of the end zone. I don't want them touching the ball, and you know what? That's what he did.
And now they're starting the ball on the 20-yard line instead of the 50. So they call something, it's called the hidden yardage, where you start the ball, your first possession. And the 20 is a better starting spot for the defense. Capel under center in the shotgun,
And before the play even starts, got a offsides on the Leopards, so
someone keeps moving early, and this is the third time they've had it. So hopefully it's not the same kid, but that's something that Coach Gargle's going to have to get fixed. These first down penalties, these 1st and 15s now, they're stalling the drives.
Well, they can't even get anything going. 1st and 15, they didn't even get a playoff, and they're already behind the 8 ball, unfortunately, deep in their half of the field. 1st and 15, out of the shotgun, wide receiver 1 high, 1 low, does get the handoff inside, and good positive yards there.
Yeah, that was a great first down play. So now he's got 2nd down and 10.
Sansone on the ball carry. The ball carrier. So now to the original line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. Williamson, the receiver to the right, bottom of your screen. Does get the ball. Quarterback run, makes a couple miss, but he is brought down quickly. Maybe about 3 or 4, though. Great effort by Capel.
Yeah, tackled by Aiden, number 4, Aiden Sepsis. Capel went 2 hard steps towards us and then changed directions, and that's why the defensive end has to stay home, which he did. But now it's a 3rd and 6 in their own territory. They're going to have to pick this up if they're going to want to.
And he's looking for a receiver, makes a couple miss, but he is quickly wrapped up and brought down. Looks to be around the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll bring up 4th and 6.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys in on that. That doesn't make it easy to throw the ball when Capel's got someone on his knees, his hips, and his arm.
Nice job by the secondary at Nature Coast, not giving him anywhere to throw the ball either. Looking for receivers frantically under pressure, and down he went. So punt unit out.
That's okay. No return man. They're going for the block.
And it is a high kick.
6 is going to want to see how 6 just stopped. That getaway. Let them touch the ball. Don't let it hit you. Smart decision by Skipper.
So Nature Coast will take over. And we're going to check out the McMurdo Family Vision regional scoreboard. And we're back to live action. How about those scores, Dave?
Yeah, there's some interesting scores. You got some close games. You got some blowouts. Week 2.
This team's starting to figure out who they are, what works for them. And Nature Coast is going to call a timeout. So timeout, Nature Coast.
Yeah, Coach Johns signaled to the referee right away. He needed to talk to his fellas real quick.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
play football, you develop this mentality that, you know, you can withstand anything. You're Mr. Tough Guy. So years I had been battling. I was just excited to find.
Welcome back, sports fans. Here we are, 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Sharks with the ball on the move, trying to get some more points before half. Swings it out to Cromer, and he's got a couple of blocks, makes a couple miss, and positive yards. He gets about 5.
Cromer has excellent hands. We've seen him in the flats. We've seen him on that route as well. He has excellent hands, and when he gets the ball that close to the sideline, he usually has to go against some of the little fellas, the corners. And, you know, it's a 5-yard gain, but here we are again, another 5-yard gain. How many 5-yard gains do you want in a football game?
As many as you can get.
Absolutely.
So Cromer coming off, taking a breather. Ho lining up behind Hoyt in the backfield. Oh, he gets the direct snap. And there goes the speed, and he's off to the races again, down that far side, down to the 20, and let's take a look at that recovery room instant replay on that one.
You know, it's basically what we've been seeing Christian Cromer run, but they give it to the Lightning this time, and you know, he's dragged down by number 8. Who doesn't give up on the play, but that was a great 50-plus yard run by Alan Ho, which puts his total on 2 carries for 105 yards already.
1st and goal, Cromer has it. He has stood up, but it looks like he does make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Nature Coast, and they are scoring rapidly at this point.
That's his 2nd touchdown of the evening. That's how Thunder and Lightning work. Usually it's Lightning that'll get you there and Thunder that'll get you in, and sometimes it's the other way around. But that puts us at 27-3 before this extra point.
Making a couple of wholesale changes here.
Well, if you're Hernando, you're going to want to make sure you get another drive put together
Looks
in
like
this last 4 minutes.
They're going for 2 here, Dave. Cromer lining up in the shotgun. Bunch of them to the right. And here he goes, making his way, rumbling, fumbling, thundering, if you will, into the end zone. 2-point is good. 29-3 is your score with 3:27 left in the half.
29-3.
The Recovery Room, 3201 Premier Drive, Brooksville. Check them out online at recoverysportsclinic.com. We appreciate them and all of our community sponsors. We wouldn't be able to bring you this high-quality coverage if it weren't for their support. Kick is up. It is deep.
It
will not touch back, though. Taken from the 5.
That's Manny.
Comes up the middle, and good speed. Great return. Finally brought down number 15, Tristan Haberlin, and we're going to take a look at that return.
Yeah, Manny Agers again on this return. Gets right up. It's a middle return. Finds the seam. Takes a big little pop there. And they're at the 38-yard line. Looking for some momentum on this. Now, we know the Leopards didn't score an offensive touchdown last week, but they're going to keep pushing these 3 backs tonight.
Looks like there was a penalty, unsportsmanlike, added on to the end of that return.
Well,
so really good field position. 47-yard line, 1st and 10. Capel behind center. in the shotgun. 2 receivers, 1 high, 1 low, back behind him. And back gets it and fights his way for a couple. Looked like that was number 19, Ryan Kelly.
Yeah, that's a big back. That's the first time I've seen him carry the ball tonight. He's 6'2", 205-pound senior.
Oh, he looked pretty good with the ball in his hand in that run. Interested to see him do it again. And looking somewhere to pass is Capel. He's getting flushed out and finally brought down.
That's Cespedes again, number 4 for the Sharks. You know,
Cespedes.
Capel had some running room there, and Cespedes really closed the gap and got his head in the front, stopping the momentum of Capel.
Really no place for him to go with the ball either.
But this is four down territory in my opinion. So if they don't get the 5.5 yards they need right here, they should have a 4th down coming up after that.
Yeah, because they need to start putting the ball in the end zone here if they're going to keep up with the Sharks' offense.
Yeah, they have to respond.
So from the near side, Williamson takes the ball, hands it off.
Yeah.
Sansone, ball carrier, not much going for them, however.
Yeah, that was Brady Nowlan again on the tackle for loss.
So this will bring up 4th down, and looks like they have no intention on doing anything other than trying to reach the line to gain.
Hernando's gone back and forth with the 2 quarterbacks.
Williamson and Capel both sharing time under center. Williamson there now. Sansone looks like in the backfield, and he takes it out to the far side. He gets the corner, gets the 1st down, gets himself out of bounds. So really nice run by Williamson.
Well, Evan Falkingham had the corner sealed, and the stutter step by Williamson freed him up enough to get the corner and get the 1st down. Falkingham played it pretty well.
Just got beat to the corner. And when you only need 4 yards, 4.5 yards.
A good athletic move for number 11, Williamson, on the naked boot.
Capel again behind center, threw his hands in the shotgun and dodges one would-be tackler, but finally brought down at the 45-yard line.
That's the 3rd juggled snap,
at least
in the gun.
I think more. I think we've had more. We've had 4 or 5 questionable snaps, if not fumbled or through the hands or something of that nature. So,
well, when you start putting your offense together in the summer, and you want to be a shotgun team, that's great. But on a wet night,
conditions being as they are,
it makes it tough. Now, Nature Coast has been in the shotgun most of the night as well. Chase Murray's the snapper there, and they've been on cue tonight so far.
He's been able to put the ball really more in the chest and stomach area of whoever is taking the snap for Nature Coast, Cromer, Ho, or Hoyt. He's really been able to put it really into their chest, stomach area, which is what you need, especially a wet night like this, have something behind it. Snaps going over the head of Capel on the Leopard side. A couple of really tough breaks for them. They really did have something going there. Now they're pushed back.
But they're staying in the shotgun, throwing formation.
2nd and 20, flag on the field.
Yeah, that's like a spread offense. Looks like a tight spread.
Right.
And usually what you'll see there is some corner routes with some goes underneath. But it looks like they're going to get 5 yards on this.
All right, so they get a couple of them back. 2nd and 15 from the 40.
That secondary better be ready.
Capel in the backfield gets the shotgun snap, looking for somewhere to throw the ball, and flushed out again. Does throw it well over the head of the receiver, number 5, Jesse Folks.
Yeah, Coach Johns is losing his mind right now because number 30 just had his jersey ripped off of him, and no flag, but no completion as well, which will bring up
3rd and 15 with 35, just short of 36 seconds left in this ball game, or in this first half. Sorry, 29-3. Leopards would like to punch one in the end zone here, you would imagine, going to half with a little bit of momentum. They did receive to start the game, so Nature Coast will get it when we kick off our second half.
Well, this one's probably going to the end zone.
And looking for somewhere to throw it, but he is ripped down and finally brought down by a number of Sharks. It's like number 50 was the first one there.
It's
Gabriel Rios.
All right, so the Leopards going to call a timeout with 13
17
seconds. Yeah, 17 seconds left. They got one more play, and I'm sure the goal is to get everybody to the goal line, give a nice high Hail Mary. Look at that student body for the Sharks, all neoned out.
Yeah.
Pink, yellow.
I need some sunglasses looking at this screen, Dave. Hey, stick around during halftime for the senior spotlight. Players Devin Williams and Brady Nowlan will be featured. And we'll bring you scores from the region too, so don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss that. An opportunity to sit down with 2 really great young men, as we talked about. Get a chance to hear their story, how they got here, and what they want to do after high school.
You got bright futures ahead of them, that's for sure.
And screen pass out wide. And that was number 6, Manuel Ackler.
The Sharks were in their prevent defense. They had 3 guys in quarters coverage,
just
protecting that goal line.
Nobody over your head.
Which, when you see that, you want to do the quick screen. He just slipped up.
Field conditions really have not been an issue considering the amount of rain we had, not just today, but seemingly every day for the past month. Field looks to be in great shape. It's not really holding much water. Nobody's really slipped much short of that last play.
Well, it's first down with 12 seconds to go. They might just take a knee here since he's under center and go into halftime. Nope, they're going to run it with some speed.
Gets the ball to the outside, gets the corner, takes a big hit, going out of bounds.
Number 3, flying, Carlos Rodriguez, flying on the end around. Wow. 5 seconds to play in the half. What is Coach Johns going to do? He wants to take all his time.
There are a lot of receivers.
Empty set. We're in an empty set. They're
5 receivers total. It looks like they're going to try for the end zone here. Fakes the inside handoff. Going deep to Cromer and just out of his reach. Ooh, nearly had one.
Check this replay out. The recovery room replay. Cromer got a step on his man right off the get-go. Hoyt throws a nice high ball. And Cromer just
out of his reach, just a little too much. Well, 0.7 seconds left.
We're going to round that up to 1 second. How about that?
We're going to say 1 second left on the clock, enough to give it another shot. 2nd and 10. But that's irrelevant. Last play of the half. And Hoyt, under pressure, just throws it down low. It is completed, but that's it. So
that's Talon Poole, the sophomore, with his first catch in the varsity action this season. And that'll be the halftime, 29-3.
Yeah, we'll send it over to broadcast engineer Will Wilkie. He'll take us through our halftime show.
Thank you, Derek and Dave. Great job on that first half call tonight. Welcome to GCSN at the Half. I'm Will Wilkie, and I'll be taking you through our halftime content this evening. When we come back from a quick break, we'll get things going with our senior spotlight features. Tonight we have two very talented players in Devin Williams from Hernando and Brady Nowlan from Nature Coast. We'll be right back right after this.
When you play football, you develop this mentality that, you know, you can withstand anything. You're Mr. Tough Guy. So years I had been battling. I was just excited to finally meet someone who knew what I was going through, who saw my pain, to think that in a matter of one treatment, and it got better and better as I began to get treatments throughout the month. You know, why would you deal with this pain for another day?
So let's get our halftime coverage started with our senior spotlights this evening. We'll get things started with Devin Williams and then move right in to Brady Nowlan. And enjoy the show.
I first started playing football, Fine Art Sports Flag. My mom and my aunt, they didn't think I was ready to play tackle. I grew up playing kill the carrier in the neighborhood. The following year, I played tackle for Coach Capel's league at AAU. My coach was my cousin, Cleve Pope, and they taught me the ways like you got to work, run during sprints, being first, stuff like that. And I learned how to be a leader at a young age. Coming in my 6th grade year, summer workouts, I knew most of the players on the team, like Kevon, Big Sam, Jacoby, Isaac. I knew most of them growing up. So it really was easy coming in playing with them as a 6th grader. I was a starter. I played guard and nose guard. And it was a fun experience with Coach Bingham. Then going into my 7th grade year, Coach Bingham left and went up to the high school. And we had Coach Bland and Coach Neal. Coach Neal was the defensive coordinator. Coach Bland was the offensive coordinator. And we just went into summer workouts, all working. Linemen, we were all racing to be first, competing, and we were undefeated that year. Going into my 8th grade year, it was exciting. We didn't have as much talent as we had the few years past because most people had graduated and went on to the 9th grade, graduated middle school. And it was a fun year. We lost some games, but we didn't lose them by that much. But we had a good team. And I also played running back that year, so it was pretty fun.
Devin Williams, from what I've observed in the last few months, is quite a player. He's a 3-sport player. He's a leader. He's a hard worker in the weight room. There's not a lot of downtime with Devin. If he's not texting me or he's not on Twitter, he's calling me, asking me about college recruits. Anytime he has any worries about the team or somebody's effort, he comes to me and lets me know that we need to get going on that.
I also play other sports. I wrestle, I do weightlifting, and I also do track and field. Wrestling plays a big part in my career in high school because it helps me with techniques that I use in football, like keeping my hands inside, stuff like that. And like wrestling, it changes you. I'm not gonna lie. It teaches you when you're on that mat, it's you versus somebody else. And I definitely don't want to lose, so we're gonna go at it. And then track, I do track it's fun. I've been throwing shot put since I was in middle school in discus. I'm a 2-time state qualifier in that. Hopefully this year I place. And wrestling, I'm a state placer. I placed 5th. I'm a semifinalist this year. I'm definitely planning on being on a state champion. So I'm looking forward to that after football season. But we got to handle football first.
One thing I like about Devin is that not only is he a Division I talent, and he's big and he's strong, he's one of the fastest players on our team at 290 pounds. And I've told him before that if he was about 200 pounds, he'd probably be our starting tailback. But he's tenacious, hardworking, and I can't wait to see what he can do on the field his senior year.
In between my sophomore and junior year, Coach Garcia ended up coming, and we hit the weight room hard running. He was from Hillsborough County, and Hillsborough is known for winning. A lot of schools in the county win, so he was telling us about what it takes to get to the next level, like the weight room. We'll lift weights during 7th period throughout the week to get prepared for Friday. We'll ice on Thursdays. And my junior year, the funnest game was versus Nature Coast. We're on top of them. They're on top of us. We catch a ball, and we score to take the lead. And one of our fullbacks, he fumbled the ball, and they get the ball back and score immediately. It's a minute and 20-something seconds on the clock. And we stop them, get the ball back. They end up getting a pass interference, and we get the ball on the 20, and we end up scoring. And my teammate Manny Aker, he picks the ball off for us to win the game. That was the most exciting moment of my life. I thought we were going to lose. I'm not going to lie. I thought we were going to lose, but we came back. I had to have faith.
My expectations for Devin on the field would be to lead the defense, to dominate the line of scrimmage every game, to show great effort on every play. And when we need him to go both ways, he has a positive attitude about that and not have any reservation about playing 120 plays if he needs to.
Going into my senior year, I play left guard. I play the 3-tech. I can play the 1, wherever coach needs me on the defensive line. I'm really excited going into my senior season. I've been putting in work in the weight room, running. During the summer workouts, me and my teammates, we were competing to be first, and that's what it's all about. When you have a team competing to be first in sprints, in the weight room, and everything you do, that makes a good team come together when it comes time in the fourth quarter to win the game, seal the deal. I want to thank my aunt. She made sure I have what I have, like what I need for school, stuff like that. Like Christmas, she made sure I had gifts. If she didn't have it, she'll try her best to get it for me. And I want to thank Coach Capel and Coach Scargle and all the coaches on the Hernando staff, wrestling, track. They all are leading me in the right way to get to where I need to be, going on to the next level, going into college. So I'm thankful for them too. And my teachers and principal. Can't forget about you, Miss Booker. Can't forget about you. My last year of high school, I'm excited going into the season, ready to play.
So I started tackle football when I was 4 years old for
Hernando Youth League, Hernando County. It was HYL, we were the Leopards. So it's really cool to experience, like, we all play together as kids, but we end up, like, playing each other in high school, so that's really cool. So it's just really cool to see, like, myself grow and then gain friends as I go, you know, and then also, like, my dad was one of my coaches, my friend's dad was my coaches, so it's really just like backyard football when you're a kid, just having fun messing around, and it was just a good time, you know, and then it gets serious in high school, but you just play with a lot of the same kids because it's a small town, so it's awesome. Okay, so in 6th grade, I went to Challenger because it was a K through 8, so I was already there in 5th grade. I just went up, and obviously I wanted to play football. I've always played football since I was 4. So you're nervous. You start playing. I was on JV my first year with a lot of the guys that I played youth league with, and then some of them I knew the coaches already. Like Coach Kanar, he was a close family friend, so he had known like that I had played before. And I think I played line also, and I played linebacker. And then my 7th grade year, I'm kind of in between the both. Like, I'm like you're not an 8th grader, but you're not a 6th grader, so it's like you're not that nervous anymore, but you're not the top dog yet. So, and then 8th grade year, the 7th grade year, I played right guard actually, and then 8th grade year, all those other guys left. You become like the top of everything, and then I'm still friends with those same guys. So it's pretty cool to grow up with them and still be able to play with them. And then I ended up playing quarterback, hit a little growth spurt. I got a little taller, played quarterback, and that year was fun. We went to the championship for the county. We didn't play very well. We kind of lost by a lot to Powell, but it's just really fun experiencing that with the same guys, and then growing up and going through the whole process from 6th to 8th grade and all that. So.
Brady as a freshman was interesting. We weren't sure what he wanted to play offensively. He's always played inside linebacker since he's gotten there, but. Weren't sure what he wanted to play, so he started off coming with the quarterbacks, which he's our backup quarterback now. We weren't sure where he was going to be on offense, so eventually we found out. You know, he evolved into a tight end, more of a pass catching tight end. But over the years, he's gotten a lot better at being an inline blocker, being attached. But we moved him up as a freshman in the middle of the season, I think, his freshman year against Wiregrass, and he ended up having to start at tight end because of 2 injuries, and that was his first. Experience in a varsity football game was at tight end. So he's bounced around, but, from the day he got there, we knew he was going to be a good football player.
I had played quarterback in 8th grade year, so I'm excited. I'm going to go and try to play quarterback. So that was pretty crazy. I was nervous. I just wanted to impress the coaches because football was my thing, so I really wanted to go for it. I was nervous, and quarterback wasn't my thing, so I ended up moving past that. But and it's just scary as a freshman, So
his sophomore year. When it was him and Kyle, that was the COVID year. We only played 8 games. But he had 121 tackles, I think. Him and Kyle both were somewhere around in there. And, that's where his middle game, I think, developed more in making his reads, the open door and closed doors and the guards and near back and things of all that nature that I think came to him a little bit easier than it did as a freshman, obviously. So last year, as a junior, that's really when it became his time to step up. Really, I didn't expect anything less from Brady. I never have, just because of I know who he is. I know how hard he works. I know what we do in the off season.
I had a great year my sophomore year, and then going into my junior year, I'm excited because I've learned off of everything he's taught me and they've taught me, and I'm adjusted to the coaches and playing. So now I'm used to it. I'm not nervous as much anymore, and I just get to play.
Brady knows as well as pretty much everybody else on our team. I expect him to be the best player on the football field, regardless of offense, defense, special teams, whatever. Whenever we need him, wherever we need him, I expect him to be able to step in and be the best player on the field. And I don't have any doubt that he will be able to do that. Just like I said, based off of who he is as a person, his character, and how he has, progressed and grown and just been a shark for the last 3 years. So I expect him to be the best player on the field no matter who we're playing on both sides of the football.
And as being a senior, playing for so long since I was 4, I'd like to thank Coach Riggins, who was one of my youngest when I played Pop Warner HYL football. He was the first coach I had. He was like, I think he really set me to be the player I am. He was a mean, dirty coach, but when you're that young, he creates discipline, And I think I needed someone like that because that really pushed me when I started off. In the middle school, Coach Barrett, he was a great coach. He really Coach Skiri also. He was the quarterback and wide receiver coach. Those guys really taught me how to play and just how to read things as a quarterback and just more
all those coaches made me a great person, you know. It wasn't just about football, but they taught me things about me and football. And then Coach Johns, obviously, he's my coach now. He's a great guy. He pushes us really hard, and you don't really know if he's mad at you or not, but deep down, you know he loves you, and he's just a great coach, and he's always making us better. So I really appreciate everything he's done for me.
As far as our school goes, Brady has always been that type of guy. Just I think it's because of how he was raised. His parents are great people, and most of the time, you know, when your parents are great people and you're raised the right way, the product comes out, you know, the way that you want it to. And I think that's a direct result of his parents and how Brady acts. I mean, he's got a 3.8 or 3.9 GPA. He's in the National Honor Society. I think Brady's the perfect person to put out there as the face of Nature Coast.
My parents are like some of the most supportive parents that I've ever known. So they knew, like, my parents would sit down with us and be like, if sports is what you guys really want to do, then we'll put all our time and effort into that. You guys just have to show us that's what you want to do. So I just think I know not a lot of parents would do that for their kids, and it's just really, I'm really blessed and appreciative of them, because they took me to Pennsylvania a few weeks ago for a camp up there. My dad drives me all the way up, like, northeast for camps, and it just means a lot to me, you know, because they want to see me win, and they care for me, and they want what's best for me, and how they're willing to sacrifice anything for us to succeed and go to college and stuff like that. So it really means a lot.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen, once again.
We hope that you enjoyed those features and getting to know a little bit more about these wonderful athletes. It was a pleasure getting to know them during their interviews, and we wish them well on their respective seasons and beyond. The spotlights will be posted on our YouTube channel later this evening under our special events section, so you can watch them anytime that you wish. We'd like to thank head coach Corey Johns, head coach John Scargill, Devin Williams, and Brady Nowlan for their participation in the 2022 Senior Spotlight feature. We're now going to send it back up to the booth for Derek and Dave to take us home. Take it away, boys.
All right, we're back here as the fellas are warming up. We got Hernando Leopards finishing up their calisthenics and Nature Coast coming in, jogging, ready for the second half. What do you think, Derek? What do you think we're going to see?
Well, I mean, you know Hernando's going to have to figure out some way to stop this rushing attack that we've seen. But they cannot sell out because we've seen them put the ball in Hoyt's hands and feel very comfortable about it.
Yeah, Coach Johns has been pretty aggressive letting the sophomore loose to throw that ball.
So Nature Coast coming into the second half feeling good about themselves. 29-3 lead.
Well, the offensive line for the Nature Coast Sharks have opened up some holes. You know, we obviously know Devin Williams is a big, strong defensive lineman who's you know, not an easy fella to block, but they've been able to get two different sets of hands on him to shield him away, and it's opened up several holes. Allen Ho's got over 100 yards rushing. Cromer's got over 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. We saw the Falkingham's long pass. But what will we see next?
And Nature Coast will get the ball. Hernando won the coin flip and decided to take the ball on offense. So Nature Coast will get the ball here to start the second half. And I would expect to see thunder and lightning again and sprinkle in a couple of passes here and there just to keep them honest. They're just trying to run the clock out over this whole second half.
I'm guessing Nature Coast is, or Hernando is gonna look for an onside kick or something. They were nearly successful in the first half, so that's my guess. We'll see something of that nature to start this second half of football off.
Try to steal a possession.
You're down 26 points. You're gonna have to make some things happen. You're gonna have to be aggressive. You're gonna have to take some chances.
Force the issue. I'm excited to get the second half going. See if Hernando maybe comes out with something a little different offensively as well. They've really struggled to get anything going. Penalties have hurt them, so you have to expect they're definitely going to try and clean that up.
Well, there's a big saying in football: you grow so much from week 1 to week 2, and we are seeing a lot of these penalties on Hernando. And that's something that they will have to clean up. And luckily they haven't fumbled, right? Because that's other than the snaps. The snaps have been fumbles, but I'm talking real fumbles. They haven't put it on the ground except for the snap.
They haven't lost them. They haven't lost a fumble yet.
So they have some work ahead of them. They have to tighten things up on execution. But I just want to see if they're going to kick this deep or shallow or what they're going to try to do here. It looks like Nature Coast is playing for a normal kick. They didn't bring the hands team up. They didn't bring up the second row. But they also probably have some trust level with those 5 fellas on the front line. They look like some pretty athletic fellas up there. Michael Calise is over there, big offensive guard, on the front wall there, number 75.
Up here in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Got Mendez and Cromer on the second level.
They're in the deep kick formation.
Toe to leather. And it'll get returned from the 30. Makes a couple miss.
Wow.
Off to the races. And one man to miss. Kicker trying to juke him. Ball in the outside hand. And there's a penalty out. Let's take a look at this recovery room instant replay.
Yeah, that's number 3, Carlos Rodriguez with the catch. He changes the field. So he starts on the left, ends up on the right. Finds a nice little lane. Number 8, who saved the long run earlier tonight, pushes him out exactly about the same spot he pushed Alan Ho out.
Kason Paramito for Hernando. Touchdown saving tackle.
Yeah, that's his second one of the night. But it does look like a 1st and goal. Did you say that there was a penalty?
There was a flag on the field.
I see the referee speaking.
Huddling up about it. Hard to see what it might have been. Looks like it was at the end of the play. At least that's where the marker went down.
Yeah, the ball's laying at the 6-yard line. The flag's at the 7. And these referees are trying to get it right. Personal foul, face mask, and against the Leopards, which is going to bring them half the distance to the goal. So we should be right inside the 5-yard line here.
Yeah, you're right, just inside the 5. 1st and goal to start the second half.
And it looks like it's going to be a direct snap to Mr. Cromer. And there's a lot of blockers on the left-hand side, which is where he's going to go. Oh, he tripped over his own, not his feet, he tripped over someone else's feet. But his momentum carries him into the end zone. It looks like number 30 might have gotten the raw end of that stick because it might have been his feet that he got tripped up by
Yeah, you
Mr.
do not
Cromer.
want to get stepped on by that young man.
Well, that'll be his 3rd touchdown of the evening. And, short yardage plays a lot in football. And Nature Coast's short yardage game is awfully nice tonight.
Yeah, they've done a really nice job getting the blocks where they needed them. And, you know, as you say, taking the quarterback out really frees you up for another blocker on the offensive line. So now you have one more big man, and look at the size of the man you're handing, the young man you're handing the ball off to as well. So really puts you in a nice position if you're Nature Coast, have the ability to pull your quarterback, direct snap to the big man, and let him just go to work.
Well, Coach Johns did say that this was a statement game. He thinks he's got a pretty good squad, and he wants to start from finish. And it's 36-3 in the beginning moments of the third quarter. We definitely have some great sponsors. Love seeing the commercials with the NFL flag and the Divinity Spa and the Chambers Law Firm. We appreciate all of our sponsors here at GCSN.
And kickoff is going to be high and deep. Be fielded about the 6-yard line. Takes it up the middle. Good blocks. Good return.
Yeah, it's Manny again. And Manny, he goes straight up the middle, and he gets what is there to be taken. Gets the ball to the 33-yard line, that's his job. You know, he's doing his job. He's
really good return.
Yeah, great return. Held on to the ball. Exactly what Hernando is asking him to do.
Got the ball into the middle of the field. So Capel in the shotgun and hands it off inside, and nothing going for Sansone.
Yeah, that D-line is for the Sharks is not giving up any room. They all play low. They all have their eyes up, and they are grabbing at that ball. Coach Johns looks like he keeps subbing in a fresh D-lineman every couple plays.
Keeping these young men fresh. They have done a nice job for him up front this whole ball game, really not giving much room to these Leopards to do anything. Inside handoff again, and again tackled for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11.
If you're enjoying the broadcast, guys, please toss us a like on social media, on Facebook. Give us a thumbs up. We love bringing you guys Friday Night Football in Hernando County.
Yeah, and be sure to stick around all season with us. We'll have a live game streamed every Friday night. And if you can't catch it live, here's our schedule. Next week, we will be at Springstead to bring you these Sharks against the Eagles. And quarterback takes it himself, fights forward, does Capel.
Well, next week, I believe both teams are going to be undefeated going into that game.
Yeah.
Springstead was very impressive in their in their preseason classic in their first week one. And I believe they're winning right this moment.
Yeah,
as well.
Last time we saw the
Regional
McMurdo
scoreboard,
Family Vision regional scoreboard, they were putting it to the Hurricanes from Citrus High School. So 4th and 12, punt unit out. We got 2 back deep for the Sharks.
High snap.
And looks like somebody moved. And it's going to go against the Leopards.
Well, that 5-yard penalty could have saved him about 20 because the ball did go over the punter's head and give him a better snap this time.
And able to corral that one before getting the kick away. Everybody backing away from it. Takes a Leopard bounce, and it will come to rest at about the 33, 32-yard line. So Nature Coast will take over. 1st and 10, going right to left on your television screen.
Because I just believed that my body was on the decline.
Now, I've seen aggressive players pick those balls up and try to make something out of it, but to be honest, I love when the return man has enough discipline to just
like
let
I
it be.
actually put
Let
on
it be
my
down by the
coaching
other
gear.
team. Send your offense out who hasn't been stopped yet tonight.
Yeah, really, that rolling football is just a landmine,
Looks
a
like
rolling
they-
grenade, essentially.
Looks like they only got 10 fellas on the field. Here comes number 30 hustling in. Aiden Orta. Going to be another up back.
So, Hoyt under center. Screen pass out here in number 7,
Samuels.
Chris Samuels. And fights off one would-be tackler, finally brought down.
Yeah, he rolled over on Gabriel Rios' knee, but I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah, he gets up a little slow. Let's take a look at the recovery room instant replay. And one would-be tackler shook off, but slows him
Ooh.
down enough. Ooh, Rios is lucky.
He
was
might
able
have to
get
go
up
to the.
from that.
He might have to go visit the recovery room tomorrow.
And if you do, be sure to use code REPLAY22 and you'll get your first cryotherapy session for just $25. Cromer thundering down.
He
Gets
might have
the first down.
He might have rolled his ankle on the out of bounds. Yeah, I think he rolled his ankle. Yeah, he's not going back in. His ankle found a soft spot there on the sideline when he ran. It was pushed out of bounds. Tough kid though. He'll walk it off.
So fresh set of downs. Just over midfield. Ball placed at the 49-yard line. 2 receivers up high. 1 back next to Hoyt. And there is a flag on the play before it even gets going.
It looks like Brady Nowlan's lined up at the quarterback, because I see Hoyt next to Coach on the sideline, number 13 at the gun.
Yeah, Nowlan in there, Ho next to him. And looks like that penalty was a 5-yard penalty on the Leopard. So 1st and 5 from the 44. Go the Sharks. Direct snap to Andy Ho. And he gets going, gets those legs moving, gets about 11 on there, and they will move the chains one more time.
Another first down.
And the Sharks just continue to get positive yards and move the chains. Looks like the sophomore Hoyt is back in now. And fakes the handoff, goes to throw, nobody going, flushed out of the pocket. He's going to take it himself and tries to make one man miss. He's got about 3-4 yards on that. Let's take a look at it on the recovery room instant replay.
Hoyt's an athletic kid. We talked before game that he's a D1 commit for baseball, and he shows some athleticism getting outside the pocket. Gets 4.5 yards, takes a good little hit, but he's a tough kid. Looks like number 10 for the Leopards has got a cramp, so they're going to take an injury timeout.
It is quite humid out there. I'm sure these boys are pouring sweat. And while he's down, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
Navy SEAL veteran and endurance athlete Don Mann pushed his body to the limit and tried regenerative medicine when all other options failed.
It's unbelievable. I just assumed I was going to be in pain forever. And I've been in pain since the 80s. Now I'm running and riding a bicycle faster than I have in 7 years. Even my vision is better. I'm 100% pain-free right now. And I don't take any medications.
Call Aligned Integrative Medicine for exam and x-rays to see if you qualify for regenerative treatment.
I like those football keepsakes that just popped up. Those are pretty nifty.
Yeah, that's from Morningshire Market on Etsy. It's a locally owned small business. Use code GCSN 2022.
Great catch.
For 15% off.
Great catch
And down
great
at
ball.
the 1.
That's Talon Poole, who comes up. Look how smooth our quarterback is as he motions him with his right hand, throws him with the left, right at the 1 yard line to Talon Poole. Way to squeeze that ball, young man.
Yeah, a contested catch as well.
Good ball. Who we got here? Looks like Alan Ho at quarterback.
And he's going to try to take it himself. And just short, it looks like, yeah.
Second down and goal. Is that a flag by that quarterback?
There is a flag right there, really at the line of scrimmage. And it's going to go against Nature Coast.
That might be their first flag of the night. They've played a really clean football game.
They really have. Not hurting themselves, not trying to kill drives.
All right, so Coach Johns is signaling in the offensive play to the team.
So this will be second and goal from the first and goal.
Yeah, they're about the 11-yard line right now.
From the 11.
I think Hoyt wants to throw this.
There's Cromer next to him. He does give it to him inside. Makes one man miss. Makes another man miss. Lowers his shoulder and push out of bounds at the 2.
Yeah, that spin move just at the 2-yard line. He just ran out a little bit of real estate, or he'd probably danced in the end zone. He's got great balance for a 235-pound young man.
And great acceleration for his size, too. He can hit a hole and just get through it. And pulled down in the backfield there. And the Leopards' defense bends but does not break.
Well, it's going to be third down and roughly 3 for this goal line.
And we do have a injured Hernando. That's James Delmont.
Yeah, he's grabbing that hamstring and calf right now.
Presumably a cramp, you would imagine.
He was the first guy on scene there for Cromer's tackle.
So we're going to take a look at the regional scoreboard brought to you by McMurdo Family Vision.
Well, looking ahead to next week with the Nature Coast Springstead has not given up a point this season. They're up 37-0 on Citrus, and Nature Coast looks pretty sharp here tonight. Next week could be a great week of football.
We're looking forward to that. Not to get ahead of ourselves here, we still have 6:10 left in the third quarter of this ball game. Hoyt, quick pass, well over the head of the intended receiver, Ho.
Yeah, that was super quick. Ho was uncovered. The ball was just
never really had a grip on it. It didn't look like.
Yeah, it looked like a hot potato. He was trying to get out super quick, but that's all right. It's fourth down, and they're gonna go for this 3-yard conversion. Not a lot of fellas in the box.
Cromer again stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. So unable to score on this drive for the Sharks. Hernando will take it over on their own 2-yard line.
Yeah, Devin Williams was in on that. The wall himself, Devin Williams, stopping Cromer just shy of the end zone. Now,
so really good stand-up job by the Leopards defensive line.
Well,
keeping them out of the end zone there.
Now they get a long task for their offense, 97 yards away from scoring themselves. They have had receivers behind cornerback. They just got to be able to get it to him. And it looks like Capel's coming back under the center here.
Yeah, they do not want to get that ball through his hands, get it back for a safety.
Wow, notice Manny Akers is out there by himself, and there's a miscommunication between Falkingham and that's James Skipper. They had a little miscommunication, had to burn a quick timeout, but that's part of the young season, being able to communicate with your brothers and seeing what's out there, and good job by the coach staff noticing that he was not lined up properly.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
I was fortunate enough to be able to work with Divinity on a custom skincare regimen the year leading up to my wedding. It included a series of in-office treatments, microneedling, PRP, hydrofacials, and an at-home skincare regimen. So I had no worries the day of my wedding. My skin was perfect.
And we're back live. Hernando takes possession, turnover on downs from their own 2, handoff, and he's not going to get much more than back to the line of scrimmage and bring up 2nd and 10.
Trenton Hayes has played a really solid game for the Sharks tonight on both sides of the ball, O-line and D-line. He was in there on that stop as well. Hernando's just going to try to eat some clock, stay in some long huddles here, and pick up some first downs.
Yeah, it would do a lot for them to be able to drive the length of the field, put some points up.
They've stayed in this 3-back set for most of the game.
An inside handoff, and it looks like he is down in the end zone. Safety is called. There is a flag on the play.
Yeah, that was Chase Murray with the tackle in the end zone, but the flag on the play. Let's see what this referee's going to do. Is he picking it up? They're discussing it. He's putting it back in his pocket. Hopefully he gives us communicates with us and tells us what he's doing. Personal foul on Hernando. I believe they're going to decline that and take the 2-point safety, which brings your total 38-3.
Looks like Carlos Mendez got helped off the field.
Oh, he's a big player for the Sharks tonight.
Yeah, he's been all over the field for them. So that would be a tough loss.
But he also looks like he might be cramping.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this on the Gulf Coast Sports Network.
Certainly I'm an avid golfer, been, golf usually weekly, play a lot with my wife.
With the repetitive motion, as you know, with a lot of golfers, it's an unnatural motion that you put your body through.
After suffering for years with shoulder pain, Mike chose stem cell therapy as an alternative to surgery.
I'm just excited because patients that have been in pain for years that are now doing the things that they want to do. And Mike's just going to be adding to that list.
Call Aligned Integrative Medicine for exam and x-rays to see if you qualify for stem cell treatment.
My name is Tom Roselli. I served in the U.S. Navy 65 to 69. Through all the turmoil and stress battling with the VA, I've come to learn that certain organizations have their hands tied and can only proceed so far, whereas Attorney Chris Chambers has the experience and the ability to dig into the files and get the results that got me my 100%. Tremendous job in helping veterans.
We're going to have a free kick after the safety from the 20-yard line. So Nature Coast's front line starting at the 30-yard line. Sometimes these punts are going to be tough to catch. See if he can catch it.
Nice high punt.
Good catch.
Fielded, taken back up the middle, made a couple miss, and he will go down right at at the 45-yard line of the Leopards. So they will start good field position. Number 7 on the return, Chris Samuels. And Nature Coast with the ball back. That did not take long.
Looks like Hoyt's going to be coming back in. And they got Thunder and Lightning together this time in this formation. This is about where Allen Ho had his last 2 carries where he went 50 yards each.
Only one wide receiver down low. And Ho does get the ball, gets through the first level into the second. Nice tackle, number 16. I do not have a 16 on my roster, unfortunately. I'd like to give that young man credit. Open field tackle.
Yeah, just follows Cromer. One guy right here just slid down to his ankle, tripped him up.
So I'm sure he has changed jerseys, and we just weren't alerted.
All right, Hoyt directing traffic.
1st and 10. 35-yard line. Cromer has it. Breaks a shoestring tackle. It's a couple of yards, 2 or 3.
Yeah, Cromer's getting up a little stiff too. He's cramping his calf. Looks like he's cramping. He's going to need the recovery room for sure.
For sure.
A lot of workload for that young man. Offense, defense.
You can find the recovery room online, www.recoverysportsclinic.com, or give them a call, 352-797-2775. Be sure to use code REPLAY22 and you'll get your first cryotherapy session for just $25.
That's a great price. $25 for cryotherapy is a great price.
They will be closed for the weekend, holiday weekend, but that code will be active if you'd like to call and make your appointment. Let our sponsors know that you're seeing them on the Gulf Coast Sports Network. They appreciate it. We appreciate it. And go ahead and give us a like and be sure to subscribe. I mean, I'm sure you're subscribed by now, but if you're not, be sure to do so and tell your friends.
Now, I don't know if you noticed that, but Hoyt just noticed that there was only 10 guys, and he calls to the sideline, gets him there, tells him to play, and does it without getting a delay of game. And that's his first start of the season as a sophomore.
Carlos Rodriguez gets the ball.
Sometimes it's that leadership skills.
Inside handoff, Cromer again rumbles his way down to the 10-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down for the Sharks.
And it's going to put him in the goal line, I believe. First and goal now.
It is right at that 10-yard line. So first and goal to gain. Hands the ball off. Cromer inside. Bounces off a couple. Pinballs his way down to about the 4.
Yeah, he was running a little taller than he usually runs. And still finishing the run, though.
Falling forward, as you said earlier in the ball game, and that's how he was able to get that 2-point conversion through, is he just fell himself forward, got the ball over the goal line. And we got a lot of receivers here. We got 2 up high, 2 down low. Fakes the inside handoff, takes it himself, and he will get into the end zone.
Wow.
Jackson Hoyt, quarterback keeper.
That's his second touchdown, 1 in the air and 1 on the ground. Solid debut.
Take a look at it here.
Elusive speed. Nice job.
Well executed, well drawn. Everybody thinking Cromer's going to get it. And makes one man miss. His speed to the corner. The difference there on that score. So with this PAT, it will be 41 to 3, assuming it goes through, and it does.
I think it's 44.
44 to 3. My apologies. 44 to 3. And that's the end of the third quarter. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back after this on the Gulf Coast Sports Network.
When you play football, you develop this mentality that, you know, you can withstand anything. You're Mr. Tough Guy. So years I had been battling. I was just excited to finally meet someone who knew what I was going through, who saw my pain, to think that in a matter of one treatment, and it got better and better as I began to get treatments throughout the month. You know, why would you deal with this pain for another day?
Toe to leather, here we go to start the fourth quarter. And really deep ball. Hauled in about the 4-yard line. Gets it back to the 16. Trying to see who that was on the return. He's slow to get up.
Yeah, we got a lot of cramps going on both sides of the ball.
It's hot and humid out there this evening. So stands to reason these young men are getting cramped up. I mean, everybody just on the sideline stretching everybody out.
You know, Derek, as I look at the scoreboard here, I see Glory Days Grill right in the middle of the screen. That reminds me that tonight we have the Glory Days Player of the Game. The Player of the Game will get a T-shirt from GCSN and a Glory Days gift card to visit right here in Brooksville, Florida. We got some pretty good performances tonight on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard choice for sure. I mean, no wrong answers, obviously, but a lot of contenders here so far. That was Manny Acker, the return man, slow to get up and getting a little help off the field as Hernando will take the ball from their own 26-yard line. My apologies. 1st and 10.
Manny doesn't look like a cramp because he's not putting any pressure on that right leg, so it looked like it might be an ankle injury. Hopefully he gets
it sorted out.
Yeah, we got another false start by the guard, and there was some running room for number 10, who's had
Sansone. He's really been their main back this evening.
Yeah, he had some running room there. But they went 5 yards the other way.
So, 1st and 15 from the 21 now.
Still a lot of time left in this fourth quarter.
Capel in the shotgun. Trying to see who's flanking him as Sansone is out, at least for the time being. Fakes the inside handoff, looking for somewhere to go, but wrapped up as the pursuit from the Shark defensive line.
Yeah, that's Trenton Hayes again, up there with number 30, Aiden Orta, both making it tough for Capel to throw the ball, but after that play action, you know,
you gotta have somewhere to go with the ball. There's got to be a clock in your head.
Yeah, he's already had the ball for 2.5 seconds, and that D line doesn't need a lot of time to get to him. The play action does set up the longer passes, but it's second in a while.
2 wide receivers. We have a back lined up next to him. Takes the ball and goes the wrong way with it.
That's another tackle for loss tonight by Brady Nowlan.
Back on the field.
Nowlan's got a sack and 2 tackle for losses on the evening.
He was our feature, Nature Coast feature in our halftime senior spotlight segment. If you didn't get a chance to watch it live, have no worries. It will be archived and available on our YouTube page under special events. Feel free to scroll through there, take a look at this game. Maybe the matchup from last season we've talked about before is an absolute classic here on Gulf Coast Sports Network. While you're there, make sure that you are subscribed. That way you will be alerted every time we bring you one of these youth sports. We're so happy to. 3rd and 27 from the 10-yard line. Going back, trying to find somewhere to throw it, and held in the ball just too long is Capel as he goes down again for what, the 6th, 7th sack of the ball game, Dave.
Yeah, that's several by the Shark defense, and Capel had his eyes downfield, but the Sharks defense had everything covered, and he just didn't feel comfortable throwing the ball up and getting it intercepted.
I'll bring up 4th and 27. Have to imagine they are going to bring the punt unit out at this point.
Well,
and they
punting
are
inside the 10-yard line here. Let me see if the returner can catch it clean.
Returnable punt, and end over end goes the kick. And return man number 1, Falkingham, just moves out of the way. Good field position for Nature Coast as they'll take it at the 45-yard line to start this drive in Leopard territory.
Bill, you're slanted. You need to drop it on the left.
Eager to see what the Sharks line up in.
You're crooked. You're leaning to the right.
It does appear that they are having Hoyt back out there.
Yeah, 7:04, 7:03 left in the ball game. 1st and 10 from the 45. Inside handoff. That's Ho. He bobs and weaves his way for about 12 yards. Able to move the chains again is Alan Ho.
Every time he touches the ball, he's getting more than a first down. More than a first down.
It's a great average. See how long he can keep that up. Oh, 1st and 10. Cromer in the backfield. Hoyt under center.
In a rare 3-point. Oh, it looks like a zebra just fell down. I mean, a leopard. A leopard fell down, cramping up.
I was gonna say a referee cramped up. Zebra's fallen. What are we talking about here, man?
Well, that has happened, I'm sure. But
oh, I'm sure. Not in this scenario though. It was a
VFW.
leopard.
I went through the American Legion.
Cramped up, couldn't stay up anymore.
Right before the
I
snap.
thought they couldn't help me, and I got in touch with Chris, and he got right to work on it. And I'd say within a year, I had 100% disability.
First down for the Sharks. I have seen the Leopards with a 6-man front trying to stop this run attack last couple attempts. This looks like a 4-man now, but we'll see if they bring some fellas up once the Sharks line up. Looks like Hoyt's going back underneath.
Cromer will be lined up behind him. He's going to be back under center.
Yeah, looks like he's going to go down to the 3-point here. Yep, he does.
Takes the handoff. Looks to go deep. And nearly picked. Ill-advised throw. Kind of threw off of his back foot there. Didn't get much in it. Let's take a look at it on the recovery room instant replay.
Yeah, he dropped back, had a little pressure, Good break on the ball by the DB.
It's maybe the first ill-advised pass we've seen out of the young sophomore.
Second and 10. The 35-yard line. Talon Pool switching sides as they look to Coach Johns for the play.
Like they saw the same thing we did. Hernando selling out to stop that run. They're going to put it in the air.
Samuels.
Again. Good yards, good run. Got about 5 on that one. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4 maybe.
Samuels rolled his ankle pretty good. He's their 100-meter dash kid. He's a real quick, low 11-second guy, but he's in some extreme pain down there.
Looks like they're trying to stretch out his calf maybe.
But Allen Ho has lined up next to Hoyt.
Hoyt takes it himself, finds a crease, got some blockers, makes one miss down at the 5-yard line.
Sniffing the end zone.
Good run there by Hoyt.
Flag on the play.
Quarterback keeper.
There's a flag on the 15-yard line. He was real close to getting that ball into the end zone.
It really was. It's going to go against Nature Coast.
They're going to call a holding. Holding.
Looked like in the area where a hold would be.
Well, they spotted it just shy of the marker. 3rd and 2, they're going to call it. Hoyt can run it.
Going to pass, going for the air, and there's a flag, pass interference. Good coverage out there on the edge by number 6, Acker. Manny out there, but he just did not get his head around. Let's take a look at it here.
Yeah, he's just guarding. That's just a guard. He got to get his eyes around to see that ball. Manny's still hurt, I believe. That's Jesse Falks, number 5. But that is a 1st down and almost in the end zone. So that'll move the chains. Hoyt probably could have ran for the 1st down but wanted to throw the ball.
You know, if he put that ball out a little further into the end zone too,
like he did with Cromer.
Let his receiver run under it. It's like
21.
In the backfield, 21 takes the direct snap, makes a few miss.
Keeping his feet
moving.
Good
run, and he's finally driven back. Stopped though. Forward progress got him about the 4-yard line.
That's sophomore Jordan Wilson coming in for a direct snap.
Good speed out of the young man. Hit that hole with some power. Got into the 2nd level, nearly got it into the end zone. And again, direct snap, number 4, Cespedes.
I think it's 14. That's Tyler Gonzalez.
14. You're right.
He's a junior wide receiver lining up at quarterback. He actually can play quarterback. He's probably their 3rd string quarterback. Tyler Gonzalez. Well, we got 1:46 left in the game.
Nature Coast just trying to punch one more in here.
It looks like they are at number 6 lining up as the direct snap.
Gets it, brings it right up the middle, tripped up though, and not quite. I don't see any signals.
That's Skipper. Oh, and there's a little. Usually that's some personal, some shoving and talking going on. Usually.
There's not a tremendous amount of love lost between these two teams. And this one will go against Nature Coast. It's a 15-yard penalty. So bring up 3rd and 16 with 34 seconds left. And continuous clock now as the Sharks do have a 42-point advantage.
Yeah, Coach Johns does not necessarily need another play.
And he isn't going to take one. They're going to go in.
They're going to win this ball game with a score of 45-3. Your Glory Days player of the game is Christian Cromer. 3 touchdowns tonight and a 2-point conversion and several tackles on the defensive side of the ball. Way to go, young man. Way to go, both teams.
Yeah, what a way to kick off the season for the Sharks and the Leopards. They got some work to do, but the season's young, and they do have some talent over on that side. They are just going to have to find a way to commit less penalties and not stymie their drives, because they did show potential running the ball, throwing the ball. They do have playmakers, so
their return game is solid.
I'm sure when we see them in the next couple of weeks, they'll have their act together, no doubt.
Yeah, I agree. Awesome night.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. We'll send it over to Will to bring us home.